Hello and welcome to Shift from Burley and Wharfdale Methodist Church. Today our focus is on Dare to Dream of a Fulfilled Life. But what does fulfilment look like to you? The dictionary definition of fulfilment is the achievement of something desired, promised or predicted, or the meeting of a requirement, condition or need. So, a fulfilled life? What do you desire? What do you feel has been promised? What need are you seeking to meet in your life? Let's hear what Wendy's thoughts and observations are.
Hi, it's good to be with you for Shift. I wonder if you'd like to finish a sentence for me. You've bumped into a friend while out on a walk, you're socially distancing and having a chat, when somebody says, "I can't wait for things to." Now, I suppose there's a chance that you finish that sentence saying, "I can't wait for things to slow down a bit," or "I can't wait for things to get more exciting on a global scale." But I would hazard a guess that for many of us, we'd finish that sentence by saying, "I can't wait for things to get back to normal." And that sentence could be completed even a little bit longer. If we leave the sentence with a bit of silence at the end, I wonder how you'd finish it. I can't wait for things to get back to normal so that. How do you finish that sentence? Now that will be different for each of us. One might say, "I can't wait for things to get back to normal so that my dining table can be for eating and not for schoolwork." Another will say, "I can't wait for things to get back to normal so that I don't have to give my brain and my eyes a rest after every meeting because Zoom is pretty hard." I can't wait for things to get back to normal so that I can take that holiday or have that celebration. Or so that I can earn an income again, put my skills to work. I can't wait for things to get back to normal so that I can go home. So that I can say goodbye. So that I can get back to the gymnastics or to the sports field and the things that I've been missing. I can't wait for things to get back to normal so that I can laugh in a room filled with my friends. I'll tell you, I can't wait to get back to normal so that I can get to the dojo and start again on my ambition for a brown belt in karate. We hold dreams in our hands, the things we want to do, and those dreams, every one of them, is precious. At the beginning of this series, Dare to Dream, Karen showed us a really powerful metaphor, a dream jar, and how the big things, the important things, are what matters most. What are the things that matter to me in my life? How do I want to spend my time? What are the things that define me? And when you get those things in first, then when the sand in our lives, the urgent, the tasks, the to-do lists, those have to get dones, well, they settle in our life, not displacing the things that matter, but taking shape around them. And there's something really powerful about living life intentionally. But we come to a year like 2020, and 2020 turns into 2021, and it's like the jar's been shaken. The jar's been shaken, and no matter how well we've planned our lives or what our intentions were or how organized we might have been, there comes a moment where things just start to feel a little hazy. And it can be hard to see the way forward and hard to see what matters most. It can even be hard sometimes to see ourselves. Not everyone will recognize the person that they see in the mirror after almost 12 months of the fear and the frustration of a pandemic and lockdown, or being on our own, or being with people in ways that are difficult. It's been a tough year. Because while COVID was cancelling birthday parties and breaking travel plans, It was also shattering some of the illusions that we collectively hold about ourselves, or held about ourselves, that we are strong and self-sufficient, that everything is secure and predictable, that life can be anticipated and controlled. And that's uncomfortable, and things can feel a little dark and hazy. But maybe that discomfort in itself is one of the gifts that the pandemic gave us. One of the gifts that was wrapped up in the advent of abnormal. Because maybe times like these allow us to finish that sentence even a little bit more. To let even more silence linger at the end of that sentence. I can't wait for things to get back to normal so that... And then what? That's my question for you today. What is your then? What is the goal behind the goals? When things in your life have fallen into place, when you've achieved the things you want to achieve, prioritized the things you want to prioritize, been on that holiday, I wonder what's the stuff behind the stuff? What's your end game? What are you hoping for? What will it mean for you to dream of being fulfilled? Because these dreams are precious things. But sometimes I wonder, if we find ourselves in a situation where I'll only be happy once the restrictions are over, or I'll only feel satisfied once I've taken that holiday, or I'll only find joy when I have that raise or that promotion, or I'll only learn that a 6-figure check pasted on my ceiling is the secret to being content. Then I wonder, when our lives become so future-oriented, whether we're at risk of getting there and achieving those things and having those experiences, but still finding that contentment slips through our hands like sand through our fingers. There is this guy in the Bible, and he writes a letter to his friends, so it's an ancient letter. And he says something in that letter. He writes to them, I have learned the secret of being content. Now that's good news. You want to gather everyone around to see what he has to say in a letter like that. I mean, I want to put that on a postcard next time I'm tanning on a beach in the Mediterranean. I have learned the secret of being content. Or maybe not a postcard, a Facebook post. But the thing about this letter is that this postcard from Paul did not come from a beach tanning in the Mediterranean. It came from prison. Paul was on permanent lockdown when he wrote this letter. He was on house arrest. He was on death row because he followed Jesus. And I'd like to read to you what he said next about the secret of being content. He says, I have learned to be content with whatever I have. I know what it is to have little, and I know what it is to have plenty. In any and all circumstances, I have learned the secret of being well fed and of going hungry, of having plenty and being in need. His secret to being content, no matter what was happening in the plans of his life. He says, I can do all things through him who gives me strength. One of the first shift sessions that we did online was last year, Easter Sunday, shortly after lockdown started. And that morning I told a story about a group of women who were crying because they lost everything. All of their hopes, all of their joy, all of their ambitions, everything they wanted was wrapped up in a man called Jesus, and now he was gone. And so they're making their way to his tomb, and it was round about sunrise, but it was still a little dark, and it was still a little hazy. And so in that darkness and in that haziness of not being able to see what's going on, one of them, Mary, finds herself standing right in front of Jesus, but she doesn't even know it. She can't see it. Everything's so dark, everything's so hazy and confusing. She just doesn't see that God is right there with her until he manages to say to her one word, as if it's a full sentence. He says her name, Mary, a full sentence. And she falls to her knees. I wonder if you've ever heard your name spoken and known in your heart that it is a full sentence, that you are enough. That's a fulfilled life. And I wonder if you know what it is to hear that name spoken by the one who loves you. Whether your life is pretty pebbles or a rocky life like Mary's was, her jar was broken. Her dreams were broken. Her heart was broken. I wonder if you've ever heard your name spoken by the one who loves all of you, your pebbles, your sand, your broken glass, your broken heart, broken dreams. Maybe that is the secret of contentment. And maybe at the end of a difficult year, listening for that voice could be the way that we start to dream of a truly fulfilled life. I can't wait to take my next breath in the here and now, because the one who says my name loves me just the way I am. And that's enough.
So death to life. Forever our God is glorified. Servant and King, rescued the world, this is our God. Freely you gave it all for us, surrendered your life upon that cross. Great is the love poured out for all, this is our God. Lifted on high from death to life, forever our God is glorified. Servant and King, rescued the world, this is our God.
I hope you will join us next time when we will dare to dream of a sustainable life. Until then, I pray that you will be able to stay safe and find time for quiet reflection on what it truly means to lead a fulfilled life.